Hello, my name is Jessie Concannon and I'm a Schools and Colleges Development Officer for the University of Winchester. This presentation will guide you through what it's like to be a commuting student and hopefully help you decide if commuting is an option for you. All kinds of students choose to commute instead of living on campus, and I'll take you through some of the benefits of this. I'll be talking about Winchester a little bit, but all my advice is generally for being a commuting student wherever you choose to study. There are all kinds of reasons why a student may want to commute to uni instead of living there. It might be that you don't want to pay for accommodation as well as your tuition fees, which will certainly save you a lot. It could be that you have specific health requirements that wouldn't suit living in university halls, which could range from physical disabilities to mental illness. Universities have support for students in this position, but if you simply do not feel comfortable moving, that's an absolutely valid thing to feel, and commuting may be easier for you. Many just aren't ready to move away from home yet, or in contrast might be a mature student who has a home of their own and values the independence. It's also possible your course is specifically a distance learning one, so you would only have to come onto campus if you wanted to use the facilities like the library. There is no one reason why somebody chooses to commute, and whatever your reason is, don't worry about missing out on the student experience. Being a commuter is an experience in itself. And as I'll discuss, there's many ways to get involved in uni life. As you can see from the statistic there, commuters make up a good portion of the national student body, with around 21% being commuters in 2018-19, and that number seems to be remaining consistent. So it goes to show you that there's no one type of student. We asked one of our students, Nathan, who is on our primary education course, for his experience as a commuter. He chose to commute as he wanted to stay at home with his family and actually enjoys having the separation of student and home life. He's part of our Commuters Society, which I'll discuss in a bit, and loves the Commuters Lounge that we have that gives him somewhere to go in between lectures. Unlike the students that live on campus or near the uni, Nathan can't pop home if he has lectures and seminars spread out during the day, so the lounge allows him somewhere to go to study or relax. It's also a place he's made friends with other commuters, and societies in general are a great way to connect to other students at uni, and it means that you can get involved with all the student experiences with a group of like-minded people who share your experience. So in terms of practically being a commuter, there are a few things to look out for. Have a look for the student discounts you can get on travel fare, for example with the 16 to 25 rail card or any bus passes specifically for students. At Winchester we have connections with the Park and Ride, which for this year is free to our students who need it during the day. Make sure you plan a couple of routes into uni just in case there's any delays to give you options, and familiarise yourself with the time it takes to get to and from campus with a few practice runs before you start. I've already discussed our Commuters Lounge a little bit, so check out if your uni has one, or if not, suss out the other spaces on campus available to you if you need somewhere to go in between lectures. If there's a commuter society, definitely join it. You may find people you can travel with, maybe you can start a carpool. It's always best to make sure you have a solid way to travel, as you don't want to be late to lectures often enough that it becomes a problem. So just to talk a little bit about student finance then, because a lot of commuters think that they aren't eligible. Anyone can apply for student finance, but the amount you get depends on your circumstances and income. You can check your eligibility on the gov.uk student finance calculator, where you can just provide some basic details to get an idea of what you can get. When filling out your application, you tell them your living arrangements and you'll be allocated what you're eligible for. It's also worth seeing if your university has any specific bursaries that you're eligible for. For example, if you're also a carer. There are some limitations to who can apply. For example, if you have studied before, you generally can't apply for student finance a second time. But there is no reason a commuter can't apply. You just have to bear in mind the amount you get will depend on your circumstances. So when you start uni, there's some events that will happen during Welcome Week, and sometimes it's called Freshers, that you can get involved in. The student unions put on events such as Freshers' Fair, which is a chance to have a look around the societies that the uni has and join if you want to. It's also a chance to get familiar with the services the uni provides, like student services, for example, which is definitely something to utilise if you need the additional support during your time at uni. There will be events run all year, which will likely be published on the student union's website or the uni's website, or potentially posted to you amongst all your welcome packs. Keep an eye on them. All students are welcome to take part, and it's a really good chance to get involved with the student life and meet all kinds of people, maybe even bond with the people on your course a little bit more. Events range from nights out to quizzes to movie nights, so there will definitely be something for everyone. So I mentioned a little bit the Commuting Students Society. Our Commuting Students Network at Winchester is our commuters group. They maintain the Commuters Lounge and run events just for the society. The society formed in 2014 as a way for commuting students, which is those who live more than 5 miles away from the uni in particular, to not feel alone as they go through their uni experience, often through the invisible barrier accommodated students usually have. As such, commuting students are able to be brought together by a community. The lounge includes comfy sofas and chairs, a fridge, kettle, microwave, lockers, showers, a silent study room, and a dining area. All of these facilities enable commuting students to have a level playing field like their on-campus peers in what they have access to, and creates a home away from home vibe to emerge. I've put their contact details on the last slide of this presentation if you want to ask them any questions. It's worth pointing out that there's another group for mature and part-time students that similarly runs events for these groups of students, and if you fit into both of these, join both. The more support we can give you, the better. I hope that this has given you an idea of what it's like to be a commuting student. If it's right for you, there's no reason why you shouldn't do it. Just make sure that you've got your mode of transport sorted. If you've got any further questions, you can use the live chat on our website to talk to one of the friendly team. And if you want to talk to our commuter society, I've put some emails there on the side, and they'd be happy to chat with you. Thank you for listening.